My name is Evan Weber. I live in Hawaii and I'm a senior at Punahou School. I love food.
Food, glorious food.
For my senior project, I set out to eat only locally grown and produced food for a period of 2 weeks. But what would this mean? This would mean no dining at restaurants, no mid-school snack bar runs, and worst of all, no Waimanalo McDonald's sessions on the way home from Sandy's. This would also mean having to plan what and when I would eat for every occasion. But before I get any more into my project, I should really talk about what local food is. Local food doesn't imply manapuas or spam musubi. When I talk about local food, I'm talking about food that is grown and produced in one's local community, rather than shipped in from the mainland or foreign locations. For practical purposes of my project, I considered my local region to contain all of the Hawaiian Islands. Anything grown or raised from Niihau to the Big Island was fair game for me to eat. But what is the point to all of this? Why eat local food?
Local food! Local food!
We're in Hawaii and we need to learn how to be sustainable in case there's no gas one day and ships can't deliver food to us.
If we cut off all imports from the mainland or from other countries, we'd only have food to support us for 3 days. For 3 days. 3 days.
It's probably better to not eat Cheez-Its as your snack, but instead eat a local, apple banana or something like that, just make that shift in terms of health.
Some people say it's irresponsibly priced because it's high, but I don't get why it's worth it if you're putting food in your body that is actually good for you and makes you healthier, instead of just getting really cheap food like some Mickey D's Double McDoubles. But those are gonna clog your arteries.
It keeps money local. It keeps businesses, like family businesses, alive and doing well.
The average person's food travels 15,000 miles to get to their plate. In Hawaii, with our isolation and high dependence upon outside resources, this number is considerably increased. In addition, the jet and boat fuels that are needed to bring food to Hawaii are needed in larger amounts and are more harmful to the environment than automobile fuel. Essentially, each bite that we take out of most of our foods here in Hawaii is like taking a small bite out of the health of the global environment. In fact, food is the fourth most oil-dependent industry in the United States. In Michael Pollan's book, The Omnivore's Dilemma, he discovers that even an industrial organic salad of 80 food calories would take more than 4,600 calories of fossil fuel energy to get from California to the East Coast. That's 57 calories of fossil fuel for every calorie of salad. These, however, are only travel statistics. When you calculate in production energy, industrial farm machinery, and technology, packaging, etc., the ratio rises considerably. The point being, our food choices have a considerable effect on the environment. But
food is the one place where you can vote sort of on a daily basis. You vote with your fork, and that idea that it's the one place where the individual consumer actually has a lot of control over how their dollars spent actually affects the sustainability of the environment. Because if we make choices with our dollars, with our forks, with our eating, to support local economies and local farms, well then that's where the money goes.
This idea was the basis for my project. So for 2 weeks, I would vote with my dollars. I would buy only local food and therefore directly support my local economy and decrease my effect on the environment. Let's take a look and see how it all went down. It's day 3 of eating local. I'm stranded in the wilderness. All I have is coconut for survival, but going very good. This is what a typical local breakfast looked like in my project. We have some local eggs here cooked with macadamia nut oil on the pan because things like Pam are made with soybeans from New Hampshire and whatnot. We also have papaya. 100% of the papayas that we consume in Hawaii are produced here. This is one of the few cash crops that has a local monopoly. Also, a lemon from my backyard.
Through the agribusiness model, gotten really far away from where our food comes from, sort of what seasons are and how seasons sort of shape the ways that we eat, and basically all that's been thrown out the window because of transportation and industrialization of food. We've been able to, you know, sort of eat anything we want, whenever we want.
Okay, so it is lunchtime, and all my friends are up at the snack bar, and I'm here with this lovely meal. I've got my local stir fry made out of local vegetables, bok choy, bell peppers, stuff like that, from the farmer's market.
So not you, but okay.
And then, Sumi, be quiet, we're filming. And then we have like tofu, aloha tofu, which is made here as well. Banana from the backyard. Giant orange from a farm on Maui. Sweet. Got cup to get water from the water fountain, because can't have bottled water unless it's locally there. So, time to grind.
Food is an interesting thing that it really has dimensions in many of those areas, you know, economics, health, sort of pleasure, aesthetics, all these sort of things that I think that we have become less and less aware of as we've developed into an industrial system. And I think if we can come back to a local system, I think that's going to really have far-reaching consequences.
Okay, so this is dinner tonight. We have some broccoli and some fish, and underneath there we have potatoes and cabbage seasoned with like ginger and stuff like that, Hawaiian sea salts, turmeric, and yeah, that's dinner, so it's looking pretty good. My 2-week lifestyle change of eating only local food put 0.05 tons less of CO2 into the atmosphere. This number seems pretty small, and it is, because I am only one person. But let's say that I only ate local food for a whole year. Then this would reduce my carbon footprint by 18.25 tons a year. This is roughly equivalent to planting 840 trees. It is difficult to measure my exact impact on the local economy, but I can tell you that I put a lot of money into it. This wheel of local goat cheese, smaller than the palm of my hand, costs $17.95. Eating local food is costly. But the only way that that cost is going to go down is if we all start supporting local food suppliers more, by voting with our dollars and making the local agriculture business a competitive one, rather than one that is scraping to get by. One person can't change the world as we know it, or even the food system, but by everyone working individually, but as one, we can. Take the first step. There are ways to be deliberate about everything that we do. By extending our worldviews to cover each aspect of our own personal world, we can slowly make a difference, one biodegradable forkful of locally grown food at a time.
What we're about to say, you see, we're on a mission.